Alright, I found the person who starts the dollhouse. And he's on the yoga on the streets by the air. Yeah, that kind of sounds spooky. And since I might as well investigate. And since the Japanese do have something for dolls and just the things they symbolize, not to mention what's so really creepy about entering an old dilapidated house and knowing that you're being watched by dolls. Doesn't look like a mansion. It's too small to be a mansion. Okay, at this point, Geppetto is going to have to be on my team. So, 3. And Anastasia on my team. Oops, going on. I'm done. Alright. Now, I discovered that this seems to be a creative triangle for my Demon Lord, because I ran into several fights in this moment. Heading upstairs. I was pretty confident that my Demon Lord worked, so would have allowed me to explore most of this area without being interrupted by battles. Try 4. But I was wrong. Now, these enemies actually look cruelly familiar. I will not deny it. I want to show you something. One of Geppetto's last abilities, which you can get after the dollhouse if you have enough cards to get Pierre. So, form a combo, so that puts Geppetto next in my turn interval. These enemies are fighting their cockroaches, and there are different kinds of ones called whites. Remember Alice and how Nikolai also has white magic? Well, this is another homage to the first Shed House. It actually doesn't look half bad. That was Alice's strongest attack. Let's pull this off. It's gonna be a little bit of overkill, but whatever. Now, the only people who don't have their ultimate weapons yet, in this case, are Geppetto and Anastasia. But here you can find yet another, Silver Angel. And there's one last one where I know where to get. Okay, let's squash that bitch. Oh yeah, photograph those enemies. I recommend it, because that's where you get Nightmare. And when you seen it when I first got Anastasia, it did look pretty awesome. And yet another fight. So, more roaches. This is basically the entire enemy in this dungeon. Though there is an extra one, but I'll show you how you encounter it. Because I did encounter it. Though it can be a dreadful mistake. I don't know how confident I am, so I'm just going to break. And I discovered that this also is a kill. feels for. I want to get rid of those things because Geppetto doesn't have his agility and luck aren't as high as everyone else's because I have Choreo. So I'm being extra careful. Now behind this couch, there's a fourth silver angel. I'll show you where to get the fifth later on. There's a diary, let's read it. It's kind of sad. Alright, now you're basically toying with the supernatural. You're just asking for trouble. Okay, so now we have talking dolls. And figure out who he's related to. Or how he's related to Geppetto. Okay. Now we need to guess the doll's name. No, I'm done reading the diary. And I'll show you... Alright. This is what happens when you get it wrong. You have a fight on your hands, and this time it's with a new enemy. It's called Torso, I think. They basically look like shaved dolls. Okay, that should be enough space. And let's go with Geppetto. I don't know what Earth spells he has, but I discovered he had Rock Skull mixed in. So, let's try it out and see what let's hope it works. And what do you know? Alright, I'm gonna guess all the dolls' name correctly, but it's all because of game facts, so I'll give them the proper credit once I start. Okay, that doll's name is Rebecca. If you notice that the doll's first names will spell out, if you mix them around, they'll spell out the code. And that's kind of scary since, well, obviously Geppetto uses his puppet for combat, but nevertheless, it's still pretty creepy. The doll is still small. I was just checking. Alright, this doll is Gina. I remember what the code is, so I'm skipping through this as fast as I can. This doll is Emma. Short-tempered Emmanuel. Okay, what's the other doll? This doll is Barbara. Okay. That's kind of creepy. So I'm gonna wrap up here. I'll